Okay, the work has been done, so it is your duty now to prepare your presentation the way you are going to present that to the panels. So as it is here, I have 16 pages. You may not be allowed to present the 16 pages as it is here. So you have to prepare, just copy something. You're going to build your presentation from what is here. So first of all, you are going to copy the title. Copy the title from here. Then take it to PowerPoint. Open a PowerPoint. So you present your title here. Paste it here. So you have to resize it. Too big, you resize it. Okay. You know, professionally, when you are building academic presentation, the background must be white. Professionally, you don't need to add any color. No, it distracts. Though you can change the color of the text if possible, but the slide must be plain. Must be plain white. That is one of the basic things in academic presentation. So this is your title. Then it's good you put your name, a proposed PhD thesis by okay, you copy it, a proposed thesis by engineer Obiajulu Uzodike Kutiskebo. Okay, this is your okay. Then this is your first page. Then you now move to the next slide. You add slide, Control M. Press Control M. Or you come here. Add slide. So you have presented your title. The next is abstract. You prepare your abstract. You copy your abstract, put abstract here. Abstract of your work should be here. Then you go back to your MS Word where you have the file. You copy it. You know, you have to do it a bit by bit. So you copy from here. It's not good to have so many words in a slide. So I copy from here. I'll come here, I'll put it here, I'll paste it here. So you have to resize it so it will be readable. The center alignment, no, justify. You justify it, yes, it's justified now. Why is my work doing okay? No problem. You can still, okay, it's too big, I have to resize it. I have to resize it this way. Resize it. No, release it. No, you see, it's like the many ways are there, but notwithstanding, you can read it. You can read it. Then you might decide to, put line spacing. Line spacing, let me see, line spacing is here. Where's my line spacing? Go to paragraph. Go to paragraph. Then you choose line spacing. 1.5. Yeah. Like it's increasing too much. But no, notwithstanding, now, yes, we add another slide again. Add another slide. Come here, add another slide. Then at least it's a continuation of the abstract we need to copy. So I stop from here when I copied, so I have to copy the remaining one. I copied here again. I copy here. So I take it here to paste it. I paste it here. I have to resize it. Justify it. You see, because this one is a continuation of the other one, I have to put continuation somewhere. So anybody that's following you will know that it's a continuation. So you put continuation here. That's the way we do it. Continuation. You know, in a systematic way. You can actually highlight it. It's a continuation. Put it to the left. Anybody who sees will know that it's a continuation. Actually, you started the work. Hey, take your time. Oh, yeah, come on, sit down here. Okay, now, yeah, that means we have ended the abstract. Now we'll add another one, another slide to continue with the introduction. You come here, PowerPoint, say add slide again, then I can quickly say introduction. That's 1.1 or 1, yeah, technically, introduction. You know, introduction, you're not going to bring everything again, all. You copy some important areas of what you want to present. So you come here. Okay. The essence of introduction. Okay, there are many ways introduction can occur. Let me get the main focus of what I want to do. These are the three important things here. Huh? Okay, so I want to put them here professionally. So these are the three things. This is a you know what it is? You don't know what it is? This is a maize waste. That comb, corn comb. That is called husk. It's on the back of a maize. But this one is the corn cob. Are you getting me? When you remove the corn, so yes, that thing that remain, call it the corn cob. So that corn cob, scientifically, it contains some component that can be used can be synthesized into biofuel. You want to have you want to design or you want to build a biogas. You can actually use it to do it. So this person now is a mechanical engineer. So you want to fabricate a machine that is not wasting this corn cob. Then you will now want to recycle it under energy recycling. So you want to use it to as a producer gas. See now, so he will grind this one. He will grind this. When you grind it, you feed it here. So this is the biogas here. It's not coming out clearly. Like I will separate it. Let me separate it because it's not coming out clear here. But that's what the person wants to do. Under renewable energy, that's what we want to use to do our renewable energy. So that corn cob, when it is fermented, going to produce ethanol. Produce ethanol, which can be used to produce energy. That's what we do. So it's good I separate them. So these are the basic things we need here. So this is exactly what we are going to do when you go there. So this is just the main setup. It has been set up now. You see the electricity now being generated from this here. So you can actually use a coal. You can use the biogas. Biogas could be anything. It can be corn cob. It can be this plastic stills. You can burn it, process it into a feedstock. See a feedstock here. This feedstock is actually the source of energy that will go here to produce. At the end of the day, generate electricity using a turbine, internal combustible engine, or so there are three forms of energy you can produce from here. That is what we do in technology. You know, very soon now. Anyway, that's it's a crime. It's a crime to use human being for experiments, except you obtain permission from government. Are you getting me? Yes. Otherwise, when you die, you won't be buried. In China, they recycle human being. They use it to process something else. Don't know. Huh? Do you know if a woman has maybe has a miscarriage, that fetus that go is a very raw material to produce anti-aging drugs. I'm telling the truth. So there are many things that happen here we don't pay attention to it, but scientifically they contain a lot of scientific has scientific implication. Even here in Nigeria, when you harvest corn, those of you that are from Osogbo and Ileja that produce corn, but corn are produced more. Hello, fine.
nna imefe me biko iwe we na gị esiti ịkpọ m eji m ọrụ n'aka ịbụrụ right na nọ na klaasị ọ bụ na mmesa mkpa kpọ gị enu nọ na klaasị na I was in a meeting that time. Nna isi ọ bụrụ check my status na WhatsApp oge ji na-akpụ ebe after 3 I will call you back, don't worry. The moment I finish I will call you. Get good man. I will call you when I finish. It's all right. Okay. You see how busy I am? I couldn't sleep till after 3 a.m. Because the owner of this work is coming today. It's a very good work. This is what you are seeing here. Very good work, nice work. Oh, I made a mistake. This one come first. Okay, this one come first. Then there's another one again. The other one. But this one understand what you are doing now. Yes. Do you understand what's going on here? Yes. You know, professionally, when you are going for a presentation, you don't need to copy so much things. Once it is presentation, you just there's some. If you have a diagram of what you are doing, just show it. You begin to present, speak to what you have designed, your model. But most of you are not professional. You only be having many ways, talking, going step by slide. No, if you know what you are doing, just put the diagram. You begin to speak to diagram. The abstract is what you can read, but the remaining other parts, you can use diagram to illustrate all your points, and the heavenly host will be happy. The angels will be smiling. This one is an experimental setup. I can level it. This one will come first. Experimental setup. No. Okay. So it's good for you to label it, label it now so that it will be easy for you. I can use where's my text box? Okay, can use text box. Let me see what I have here. This now we are doing now. Many people are having problem. Many people are having problem moving PowerPoints, MS Word something to PowerPoint. So if that is what God has led you to do, you can design it and show to people. Are you getting me? Yeah, many people are having problem, including your parents, who are teachers. They don't know it, but they're looking for a way to, to have solution. Synthesized biomass gasification power plant using Concord feedstock as gasifier. So let me go here and get what is here. This boy is always in my class. You. I'll send you out very soon. The night you will not sleep. You will be going from one woman house to another, the next one. Come here, you'll be doing like this in my class. Hope it's making sense. Is it making sense to your eyes?
Yes, sir.
Very good. I want it to make sense. So it will be easy for me to present. So, you know, you print your work. So as you are printing, you are speaking to the diagram. This one now is what? Okay, biomass. Okay, downdraft style gasifier. Downdraft. Downdraft. So this one is experimental setup. Experimental setup. So very fast, I will round up and have many things to do, man. In fact, there are many things you can do to be relevant in life. Many. So there are many things you can do. Very legitimate things you need to do to be like here and now in Nigeria now. To government work. I said you want to become a police or army or non-government will pursue you here and there. But there are many legitimate things you can do like this to become a consultant. People will be looking for you. Even the money I used to do this work, some people annual salary is not up to that. This work we are seeing here. How? Do you know it's a model? We designed a model for this because a model now, it's a model. It's very costly. You got 4. A very costly model. Okay. So now look at what you're going to do. Now you have now finished this work. So I'm going to send us an email and also post this how to engage this work on YouTube or whatever. So in that process is what I'm trying to create now. So this is the presentation now. So I'm giving to the person. So I'm here to present my final year project on performances of a gasifier coupled to internal combustible engine and fired using corn cob feedstock in bioenergy production. Then the abstract. The performances of renewable energy recovery from corn cob feedstock in biomass gasification coupled to internal combustible engine was implemented as an alternative energy sources to the underserved rural communities where natural grid power supply are deficient. Corn cob is a biomass feedstock with direct energy resources that can be used in gasification system or bioenergy production due to its dense and uniform nature, as well as its increased energy content and its low sulfur and nitrogen concentration. In this study, the biomass characterizations of corn cob were investigated as energy generating constituent required for off-grid power generation methods. Theoretical and experimental analysis of 10 existing literature on corn cob feedstock biomass gasification methodology were reviewed, which helped to form key decisions in the design implementation. As the experimental study on Concob generation was measured in a characterized gas integrated combustible engine, the renewable energy recovery from Concob feedstock gasification in the current study showed electricity generating capacity of approximately 200 kilowatts. The renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, and hydro, together with biomass power generations, are among the most convenient alternative renewable energy supply to the demanding power generating capability imposed by rising energy demand in the developing countries. The integrated thermochemical conversion of Concob feedstock gasifications and power generation system represent a technological alternative for sustainable renewable energy management. The result shows that the gasification of Concob have the potentials of a sustainable biofuel feedstock application to renewable energy system. The research concluded that Concob feedstock hydrolyzed substrate gave a low concentration of bioethanol, which contained high anti-knock quality due to its high octane numbers and high latent heat of evaporation, which decreases the compressed gas temperature during the combustible strokes used in the internal combustible engine as a renewable energy sources. Introduction. In this project, the biogas gasifications are renewable organic materials from plants and animals. So we actually, what we did here is to obtain a plant residue as a source of biogas. So this is the diagram of the biogas gasifier we want to use. We want to convert this to a substance through several chemical processes to be able to produce fuel or energy that will be used to generate a power plant. So this is the Concob. So the figure one is Concobs collected from a harvest maize field for use as an energy source in the biomass gasification feedstock for renewable energy system. In this way, the biogas gasifications are renewable organic materials from plants and animals considered to be one of the renewable energy sources, which with high potential to contribute to the world energy requirements. The utilization of biogas can offer a positive solution in renewable energy services, including electrical energy generation, heat energy, and transportation fuel, which can condense carbon dioxide emission, sulfur, and heavy metals into the atmosphere. Of course, the presence of carbon dioxide, sulfur, methane are all the causes of global warming and the green gas effect. So the attention is on how to use technology to replace the burning of fossil fuel that releases carbon dioxide to the air, sulfur, and methane. So those ones, the fossil fuel consumption contribute to environmental pollution. Hence, the need to come up with renewable energy sources like what is presented here that will enable the society to get rid of carbon pollution and environmental pollution of all kinds. So that is the main idea. So this is the biogas gasifier. Then, if you move on to the downdraft style gasifier, so from here, the Concob will be processed into biogas in. So you see the filling in of this crate. You call this crate, just like this tower. It's called crate with different segments. So the biogas has been filled in. So the Concob will be fermented. Actually, it will be fermented because it contains sugar. So that sugar will be fermented into an ethanol. So through several processes. So when it goes in here, you see the drying, the pyrolysis, the combustion,
the gas in, so the gas will be let in, the gas will be let out as well. Then at the end of the day, you see ash. Ash is like a refuse, the residual that was left from the combustion, which is also processed into fertilizer. The fertilizer that is used in crop production is as a result of this process. So actually what we did here is to recycle the agricultural waste of corn cob that people normally dispose in the villages and the rural communities. So such idea is not a good one. So we recycle those waste and find a means to recycle it, use it to produce energy, while the remaining byproducts are used for organic manure. So from here, we move on to the coupled system. So at the end of the day, a setup like this will come up to generate energy. So from the left-hand side, you see the feedstock. The feedstock actually is the substance that we process further into a sun gas that will be able to generate the energy that we use to drive the system. So from the left-hand side, so the feedstock can actually be a coal, a biogas, as we are doing now in this research. You also see petroleum, coke, or a waste, other solid waste. There are other wastes. Apart from biogas, there's also other waste like animal refuse, sugar cane. Direct sugar cane can also be processed through hydrolysis to also produce energy that can be used to do this. But in this case, we made preference to biogas using a corn cob to drive the process. So this is exactly what is going to happen at the final stage when the process has been coupled. It's going to form this kind of a system here, as it is here. You see the gaseous content, you see the solid being burnt, then you see the marketable solid byproduct like fertilizer. So there are many byproducts that will come from here. We have carbon monoxide will be here. We have a sulfur is there. You have our hydrogen is here. So some of the industrial requirements that use hydrogen. So we can actually collect hydrogen from here. You can also collect a carbon monoxide also here. You can also collect oxygen. But at the end of the day, the byproducts will also be produced, which include the residue, that is the ash, or a tar, can also be used as a fertilizer. Then the hydrogen also will be produced in this process. Will also be used in this process. Then the sun gas also will produce. The sun gas is the particular one that's going to generate energy that will give us electricity, while the other remaining parts will be used to achieve other aims. Then we now move to here. This is the experimental setup. You know, this is the experimental setup. Theoretically, the theoretical setup from the experimentation, that is the lab arrangement. The lab arrangement, so it is here, experimental setup for biogas gasification using corn cob feedstock as a gasifier. So actually we get this, from the abstract, we are meant to know, well, we reviewed 10 literatures on corn cob. So we want to implement what they have done in our own way. So that's why you are seeing the source. So this is one of the literature that reviewed the use of corn cob as a gasifier. That is why you are seeing the source here. So that's why you are actually referring the source, because an academic presentation, so all the sources must be acknowledged. That's what makes it academical. Otherwise, it becomes a plagiarism, and we don't want to be guilty of that. So you see the experimental setup for biogas gasification using a corn cob feedstock as gasifier. So somebody actually has did a research here, but in that literature, the energy produced wasn't as much as what we are going to generate here, because we have an expectation to generate between 150 to 200 kilowatt of energy that can be used for rural electrification, at least.
community of people, community of settlement, a settlement of people can actually use it in absence of natural grid. You see, in Nigeria here, we're having issue of shortage of electricity. So in that case, you want to build a kind of a renewable energy plant to serve the underserved rural community. That is actually the reason behind this research. So in this our literature, this individual, they generated an energy less than 100 kilowatts. But in this design, we have expectation, or I have expectation to produce energy worth of 150 to 200 kilowatts. So it has a consequence on the quantity of fixed stock. Moreover, looking at the objectives, what actually drive or the motivation behind this project, choosing this project in this time, there are objectives that I considered to be very important and paramount that made me to go venture into this research. You see, in the current design, the current design focused on the renewable energy production utilizing biogas energy from the synthesis of corn-cob feedstock. I have explained to you what corn-cob is as a gasifier to produce power required to drive the internal combustible engine for rural electrification. The application of biomass for energy generation depends on certain conditions such as feedstock availability, land availability, environmental ecosystem sustainability, and atmospheric condition. In this design also, temperature has a direct consequence on the gas production. We find out that when the temperature is increased in this process, the gas like hydrogen is increased, hydrogen production is increased, oxygen production is increased, but methane is reduced. So in this experiment, the effect of temperature, if you look at the diagram, if you look at the graph of the temperature effect to this experimental design, if you look at it here, from here, look at the gases produced. If you see from the graph, there are 3 gases produced: the hydrogen, the methane, and carbon monoxide. So if you look at the graph of hydrogen, of the 3 gases, they actually show a characteristics as temperature increase. So some of the gases, when the temperature increase, their production decrease, while some also increase with increase in temperature. That is very important. Okay. The application of biomass for energy generation depends on certain conditions such as feedstock availability, land availability, environmental ecosystem sustainability, and atmospheric conditions. Considering the generator engine that will be connected to the system to utilize the energy carrier produced for electricity, the internal combustible engine is also one, the micro turbine engine, the steering engines, and the externally fired gas turbine can be utilized to achieve the purpose. That is why in the design, in the actual implementation here, there are about 1, 2, 3. There are three devices that were used. You see it here. So that is actually, this is turbine, steam turbine. This is a heat recovery steam generator, and this is a combustible turbine engine. That is yes, this is the combustible engine. So there are three devices that can be used here as it shows in the objectives. So you can actually use the internal combustible engine, the micro turbine engine, then the steering engine, and the external turbine. So in the current design, the following objectives were realized. 1. Development of an applicable medium-scale biomass gasification system to generate alternative energy source in the range of 150 kilowatt to 200 kilowatt biogas power plants. An experimental study on corn-cob gasification with air was accomplished. Many people don't know that corn-cob can actually be used, can be recycled. So in this case, we have performed an experiment that shows that disposing the corn cob is not ideal. It can actually be recycled. It can also be a source of money for the maize farmers. Why they gather it at the end of the day and burn it and waste it? And moreover, when you burn corn cob, you also release gas and smoke to the air, which is also a pollution. So in this research, we have actually discovered a way of recycling those agricultural, material. We call them waste, but they're not waste. They can be recycled. That's the essence of biotechnology or renewable energy, to find a way to recycle what might be otherwise regarded as waste into a form of energy again. That is what actually this research was able to accomplish, and the rest of them. Now, looking at what actually motivated me to do this research, that is understanding the problem, what I actually designed to solve in this research. You see, I actually discovered that the use of fossil fuel, the hydrocarbon, the kerosene, the diesels and whatever, produce a gaseous emission. And this gaseous emission contribute to air pollution, that's green gas effect and global warming. So, and moreover, in the rural areas of our people, they do not have electricity supply. But this is one of the main problems behind this research. In the case study that this thing is going to be cited, there's no source of electricity. People are using generator. Those who have the means of using generator are using generator to provide energy. But now, it's not everybody that have such means. It's an agenda that every human being must have access to life, better life. And electricity is one. Electricity is what? One. So in a bid to serve people and serve them very well, to improve their life, motivated this idea of this research to use the recycled waste within their locality, because they mostly are farmers, to recycle what they have wasted, what they use normally throw away at the end of every farming season, into an energy source that can also be used to serve them. That is essence and objective of renewable energy. And that is exactly what this research has done. So we identify a problem that the rural people do not have means of electricity, whereas there are farmers that produce this maize. So what we actually did here is to use their byproduct, what they wasted from their farm, to recycle it into an energy source, to use it to supply them with electricity in their houses. So that is what this research, that's the problem the research has found out, and that is what was actually achieved. So this is what this research is all about, the problem identified and the solution we have tried to profile. So based on this, we have come to the end of this project presentation. Thank you, the panel. Understand the secret here, what I did. What I did here, this COVID-19 created a problem. There are many people who are studying abroad and they are here. Now, if you must present your project, they say use a Zoom to Zoom. You might be using that Zoom and network might fail. The best way is for you to just sit down. Let me tell you something. Many of our staff here, even in this department, don't know this software, and they've not even seen it before. Many people don't even know it. But what you do professionally is to design your work the way it is here, present it, send it to your supervisor, or even